Gomez,
Present po.
Guerra,
Present, sir.
Latayan,
Present.
Manalo,
Present po.
Mendoza Catherine,
Present po.
Mendoza Kimberly, Shane, Mendoza Rishon Jake,
Present po.
Munoz,
Present po.
Panopio,
Present po.
Pantoja,
Present po.
Pasakyan,
Present po.
Rica Frente,
Present po, sir.
Romero,
Present.
Rojas, wala tong Rojas. Patatlo na rin to ha. Stacking, Sebastian,
Present po.
Tirano,
Present po, sir.
Tenorio, Valencia,
Sir, present po.
Villafranca,
Present po, sir.
sige. Pa-open cam muna lahat din class lab, pa-screenshot palagay sa Google, dun sa Google Drive.
Okay na.
Sige, thank you. Today we are gonna be discussing the remaining part of lesson 6. So after this, I'll be giving you some instructions regarding your final project, your quiz next week. So this is just a brief discussion lang naman kasi I want you to be familiar with how the design procedures went or goes when we talk about energy systems. Kasi yung ibang nagpapacheck sa inyo or the groups that are emailing me regarding their papers, I almost have the same comments all throughout those groups that I am looking for the very first requirement of the design, which is the energy requirement of that specific location. Kasi that is the very basis of the design of energy systems, and those companies or those energy systems, those power plants have or they research about that data or they research about those data. So it really is necessary for you to know that as well. So with that, I am looking for that. So since I'm gonna be discussing that one as well today, I want you to focus or to establish that data on your paper. So let's dig deeper about those data. So hold on for a moment. Let me present my screen. So, yun, good day. So, this is the last part of our lesson. Lesson 6, a wind turbine design and testing. And as you can see, sorry, but as you can see as well in your manual, there is still a subtopic there, which is the economics of a wind turbine or wind energy systems. I'll be assigning that to you na to have a reading on that, since the economics of wind energy systems is almost just the same as uh, the economics of the solar energy systems, which we discussed last time during our midterms. So I'll be giving you I'll be giving you the chance, or I will be assigning you to do the reading there na, as we are now lacking time na to discuss that, but that is just basically, again, maikli lang yun, that's just short, you can just have a reading. And business wise, it's yun nga, it's practically the same as how business in solar energy systems goes. So yun. So today we're gonna be discussing wind turbine design and testing. So in every mechanical device that we use, syempre we always have to undergo the designing stage. This is very critical kasi in this stage we have to consider a lot of parameters, a lot of considerations that excuse me, that will affect how our devices will run. And syempre, if the design of our mechanical systems are not that good, then most likely it will not function well. It will not last long. So ang mangyayari, what will happen is that malulugi tayo, masasayang yung pera natin in investing or in building this kinds of systems. So how do we do the design? So uh the steps here is also the same with how you design different systems. It's basically the same, but especially some of you have already had their PPD classes, their power plant design classes. So uh, some of you have already knowledge about the design procedure, but still we're going to be tackling this. So what are those parameters? So we have to consider this design procedure. So these are the steps na we need to undergo, we need to do in order for us to have a successful design of our plant. So the first is by determining the application. What do we mean by determining application? This is the very first step in our design procedure. We have to define the application of our wind turbine. Uh, what is that application? What are we pertaining to that? We need to understand the energy requirements, the environmental conditions on that specific site, on the site that we are gonna be installing our plant. We need to consider yun nga, yung environmental conditions there, and other operational constraints. Why do we need to consider this? Bakit ito yung pinakauna nating why is it that this is the very first thing that we need to do? Kasi syempre, again, number one, if we are gonna be installing somewhere na hindi naman compatible doon, or if we are gonna be installing on that specific place where the wind turbines cannot operate, then that's already a bad design, syempre. And number two, uh, if that specific area does not need any other energy supply, or they do not lack energy, then why are we gonna be installing there? So, yun yung pinaka-need natin. That is the reason why as well, that is the reason why I am also asking you for the energy requirements, or the energy supply and demand on the specific areas that you are gonna be researching. That is my number one requirement to you. Like yung iba nagpapacheck, if you know them, nagpapacheck, that is my very first comment. Is there a scarcity? Is there a scarcity on the energy on that specific place? Kaya they installed that energy system. This is applicable not only on wind energy systems but also to the solar energy systems. So again, that is my very first question. Is there a scarcity in demand on that, or sorry, is there a scarcity in supply on that specific area? Why do they need to, or why is there a need to install such energy system? Kung wala naman, kung wala naman palang, or kung wala naman palang kailangan na energy doon, bakit doon nagtayo? Why was that system installed there? There should always be a reason. That is the reason why that is the very first thing that we need to consider on our design procedure. We need to know the energy requirement. So kapag nasagot nyo yun, like for example, ni-research nyo siya and it says that on 2020 or on 2040 there will be a scarcity in energy. This location will need a lot of energy supply come 2040. The reason why this energy system is installed here in preparation for that scarcity on the future, something like that. There should always be the reason, and in that case you need to research the energy requirement on that specific location. Why? Kasi again, if wala namang kakulangan doon, bakit doon tayo magtatayo? Kasi kung for example kulang ang nasa Tarlac yung location nyo, pero yung pag-iinstallan Tarlac yung pag-installan nyo, pero hindi naman kulang ng energy sa Tarlac, kulang pala sa Batangas. So bakit hindi ka sa Batangas na nag-install? If you're gonna be telling me that this energy system will be installed in Tarlac because of the environmental conditions there, pero the energy will be supplied to Batangas, then it's not economically good kasi you are still gonna be transporting the energy via grids. So, makaka-losses pa dyan, may bayad pa yan. So, it's not practical. So, it should be, i-install mo siya kung saan may kakulangan. And that is the reason na kailangan nyo siyang i-research doon sa inyong design. That's my number one requirement. Kasi if you do not research that, then practically you do not know what you are talking about. You do not know why is there an energy system on that specific location. So that's number one. Again, it's the energy requirement and the environmental conditions on that specific place. We need to understand or determine the application of that energy system. The next is next is gonna be review previous experience. So syempre, you already have the idea that, for example, here in Batangas, there is a wind speed of, for example, 5 meters per second. So, pwede siya sa cut-in speed. Kasi again, guys, you have to remember that the acceptable cut-in speed for wind turbines here in the Philippines is around 5 meters per second. Sometimes they accept 4, but just to be safe, that's 5 meters per second. So, if pasok siya doon, then it's good to install here. And then you have to check the energy requirements. Currently, does Batangas experience a lack of energy? So if yes, then we need to install it here. So and then once you have that idea, you have to go next with reviewing of the previous experience. So you have to learn, how to design proper wind turbines. You need to study a lot of the designs. You also have to consider, like, for example, this design has already failed. Nasira siya. What is the reason why it failed? So you have to consider that on your design. So kailangan yung malaman yun. You need to understand that. So you need to study how wind turbines work in the past, so that you can apply, or you can learn something new and you can apply that on your new design. So that's basically number 2. Then third is the selection of topology. So what does this mean? This refers to deciding on the fundamental design type, such as the orientation of blades, configuration of turbines components. So here, on the topology, since you already have the knowledge about the energy, you already have the knowledge about the wind speed, you know the previous designs of the wind turbines, you need to apply it now. What is the most suitable design for of wind turbines? Should it be horizontal axis, since this is the most common design, or should it be a vertical axis, since we do not really need that much of an energy? Pero yun nga, so you will need to know, or you will need to establish that based on the knowledge that you acquired from the past designs. And next is estimate preliminary loads. So preliminary load estimation, this involves assessing the forces that the wind turbine will experience during operations. These factors are essential to determine the size and materials of turbine components. So dito, since you already nga have the idea of the previous designs, syempre, you will also be knowledgeable na on what are the forces, what are the stresses that might be experienced by your design. So we do have the aerodynamic loads. Syempre, these are the loads generated by wind acting on the blades. So syempre, this will incur stresses pa rin. So it will depend on the velocity of the wind on your design. So in that case, you will need to design based on the forces that might act. Also the gravitational loads. Syempre, you will be designing it based on different materials. So how much it can carry, kasi syempre mabigat yung wind turbines natin. So you will always have to understand the loads, the stresses na pwedeng ma-incur, like that. And also the operational loads. Since syempre umiikot yan, it will have a shear stresses, the torsional stresses as well. So you will need to consider those in designing. And then next is the fifth stage is you are gonna be developing tentative design. So dito, since you have already established, or you have already the assumptions of loads na may experience, or the shear stresses na may experience ng inyong design, or ng inyong wind turbine, you have to develop initial sketches of the design. May it be a 3-blade turbine or 2-blade turbine, you have to sketch it. And with your initial sketches, with your initial dimensions, you should calculate. You should calculate those loads na makaka-affect, those loads that will affect your design. So with that, you can adjust the dimensions from that tentative design. You can see magfe-fail ba to, andar ba to, iikot ba to, or will it rotate, or will this function, or will this last long? It will depend on your tentative design. So with that, you have to make sure na okay yung design nyo. Okay, so yun. Next is predict performance. So yun nga, since you have the initial design, you can calculate the stresses, yung fatigue life natin on your design. You can do simulations in SolidWorks. Doon makikita nyo merong may stress analysis doon. You can see that to establish and to know gaano ba, or tama ba yung design ko, kasi with the simulations, syempre it's just a prediction, pero with the simulations that you are gonna be using, you will know tama ba. You will have the idea kung tama ba yung dinesign nyo, tama ba siya, magtatagal ba siya. So that's it. Then next is evaluating the design. So that's basically magkakakonekta yan. So you have to evaluate na meet ba, or the requirement, where the requirements met ba by your design. You have to ensure if all the components can withstand loads. Siya ba ay environmentally compliant, you have to evaluate. The next is gonna be estimating costs and costs of energy. Syempre, uh, nakuha mo na with your evaluation, nakita mo, okay to, kaya niyang tumagal, kaya niyang wala tayong environmentally compliant tayo. And yung pagkaka-design natin is good. The next thing that you are gonna be thinking is, will this be budget friendly? Not budget friendly, but is this worth to invest? Worth ba siyang gastusan? Do we need to, or are we gonna be sacrificing the quality over the cost? So, yun, and as well as the cost of energy. So, you need to understand, you need to know, are we gonna be having profit if we do this design? Yun, i-consider mo yun. Kasi, syempre, if your design is good, but it will take a large amount of money to operate and to construct it, tapos, hindi naman ganon kalaki yung cost of energy generation by your design, then malulugi ka. Sayang naman. Maganda nga yung your design is really good, but it's just that you are not profitable. Again, other than being having renewable, syempre, the other thing that we always have to consider is, are we gonna be having a profit on our design? So, yun, we need to consider those. The next is, if nakikita natin, hindi masyadong profitable, we need to refine the design. We need to improve. Like, we do need to have the benefit cost analysis, or if you want the cost benefit analysis, it depends. But if you're gonna be using benefit cost analysis, it should be greater than 1. So, you have to do that. If you think that hindi naman masyadong kumikita nga, then we need to refine the design, but we do not need to compromise. Refining does not mean compromise, does not equate or does not necessarily mean as compromising. Kasi, yun, this design really is something that you need to consider, and dapat, yun nga, dapat quality siya as well as profitable. So you need to refine the design. The next, if everything is good, if you think that it's already good, then we need to build and test the prototype. So, dito syempre, yun nga, from the word itself, build, bubuuin na natin yung wind turbines natin. And then we need to have this in field tests and undergo a stress testing, and have a comparison with the existing performance of different wind turbines. So once it's good, then that's the time that we are gonna be having it in a design production machine. This means you have to scale up na yung wind turbines mo, kasi prototype lang naman yung una, prototype pa lang siya. So next is, if nakita mo naman siyang functioning well, and maganda yung performance, then that's the time that we have to scale this one up. And with that, we know that magiging successful yung ating dinidesign na wind turbines. So that's how you do the design procedure of your wind turbines. And I hope not only in wind energy systems, but also in solar energy systems, you need to follow this. You need to follow these steps as well. So I'm expecting that you are gonna be hitting this design procedures. You should have researched about this on your technical project. So next is wind topologies. Wind turbine topology refers to the arrangement and design choices that shape the overall functionality and performance of a turbine. The selection of key design elements is influenced by several factors such as energy efficiency, structural integrity, cost, and operational effectiveness. Hold on for a second. So, yon, like what I have discussed earlier, when we talk about topology, we need to have the design choices. We have to consider different design choices that might affect the overall efficiency and performance uh, of our wind turbines. So, yon, what are those things? We discussed some of this already on our previous discussions, but let's talk about this here as well. Siyempre, the rotor axis orientations, this is a very critical design choice. It can either be a horizontal axis wind turbine or a vertical axis wind turbine. Like what I have told you earlier, when we talk about HAWTs or the horizontal axis, these are very common. These are very common and most efficient. And as you can see, these are all how do you say this? These are all used in large scale applications because this can capture more energy. Whereas when we talk about vertical axis, this is only or these are used for smaller applications. But the advantage of this is that this can capture wind energy from different directions. So that's the main advantage of vertical axis. But again, it's just that this is commonly used for smaller applications. The next is the rotor power control method. This is another fundamental design decision that impacts how the wind turbine operates under different wind conditions. Various power control methods includes a stall control, pitch control, yaw control, and aerodynamic surfaces. So stall control, this is a passive method in which rotor blades are designed to stall when wind speeds exceed a certain threshold, preventing overloading and reducing power output. So this is common. This stall control is very common, especially when it's already at a cutout speed. So yun, we use or uh we do have the stall control, and then pitch control. This adjusts yung angle of attack ng ating blades to optimize power generation as wind speeds change. So yun yung pitch control. Then yaw control, like what we have discussed, this is yung nozzle natin is oriented correctly as as where the direction of the wind. And the aerodynamic surface such as flaps or other movable parts are also used to adjust rotor behavior and power output. Next is the rotor position. This is another important considerations. In upwind turbines, the rotor faces the wind, reducing interference from the tower and allowing for improved aerodynamics. However, upwind turbines generally require more precise yaw control mechanisms. Downwind turbines naman, on the other hand, place the rotor downwind of the tower, which reduces the need for yaw control, but can lead to increased turbulence from the tower, potentially affecting efficiency and component longevity. The next is the yaw control, like what we discussed. This can either be free or active. When we talk about free, then this is a passive control. Ibig sabihin, uh, yung paggalaw ng ating nozzle, the movement of our nozzle depends or it adjusts based passively. It does not need any motor components. Whereas active yaw systems, this is or we use different programs para uh, mag-adjust siya based on our or based on the direction of the wind. Then, syempre, rotor speed, syempre, this is also an important design considerations kasi some turbines operate with a constant speed, meaning kapag constant yung speed, yung rotor speed natin is also at a fixed speed without or regardless of any wind conditions. However, syempre, pag nagva-vary yung wind speed, ibig sabihin, we need to have a more complex design ng ating rotor or variable speed turbines, this require more active control systems para hindi agad masira yung mga rotors natin. Then the design tip speed ratio and blade solidity. So the design tip speed ratio and blade solidity are key parameters that influence turbine efficiency. The tip speed ratio refers to the ratio of the speed of the turbine's blade tip to the wind speed. Dito, when we talk about tip speed ratio, again, like what we discussed, tip speed ratio is the ratio of the velocity at the tip of the blade relative to the speed of the wind. Sa pagtaas ng tip speed ratio, it leads to having a better efficiency. But since siya nga ay mataas yung tip speed, then that means it will have a higher stress kasi mas mabilis nga. Whereas kapag naman when we talk about blade solidity naman, when we have lower, or this is the ratio of the blade area to the swept area of the rotor. Ibig sabihin, when we do have a low solidity, this is more efficient at higher wind speeds. Kasi syempre, maliliit yung blade area natin. Maliit lang yung blades natin doon. So, mababa yung blade solidity natin. Mas kaya niyang mag-operate at higher wind speeds kasi mas madali siyang maiikot, or it will move faster at higher speeds. Whereas, in higher solidity values naman, when the blades are larger, it will have a higher power generation naman. It will provide a higher generation. It will provide a higher power generation. Then, next is the number of blades. This also influences both efficiency and mechanical complexity. Again, the number of blades mostly depend on the economic side ng ating pagde-design. Kasi nga, again, two blade turbines, they are smaller syempre, but cheaper. Whereas kapag naman three blades, which is the conventional, this can provide more power than the two blade turbines, but syempre it's more expensive. Same goes with the 4 or 5 blade turbines. Mataas yung makukuha nating energy kasi mas mataas yung blade solidity, but it's just that it will generate more noise nga, and mas mahal. It will have a very it will cost more. Then yon, I think that's it. Syempre, we still have to consider different design constraints, like for example, syempre yung zoning laws natin, or yung areas where we need to install, and also the environmental regulations, kasi syempre we have this different sites na hindi pwedeng installan ng mga industrial ng mga industries natin, sorry. And also we do have the budget limitations, manufacturing costs, wildlife protection. And with those constraints, again, we need to consider a lot of this para masabi nating feasible and acceptable siya, not only by the government but also by the people that are living near as to where we are gonna be installing our wind turbines. So, ang gandun lang naman yung sa design. Again, the wind energy system economics and yung generating costs natin of grid-connected wind turbines, you can have a read on that. That's very short lang, and yun, I think that's the end of our elective 2. I think this is the last lesson. So, thank you and have a great day. Yun, so that is the last lesson, the last part of our lesson. That's the end. That's the end of the topics of elective 2. So, do you have any questions or concerns pala muna? You have any concerns, questions? So if wala, then next week will be tama. Next week is gonna be your last quiz for elective 2, and that's gonna be again, that's the gonna be the last quiz. The 60 items of your quiz is already on your manual, but on our quiz, we are gonna be uh, those numbers will be jumbled. It means dun sa over 100 on the quiz next week, all pa rin, all of the numbers, all of the uh topics or the questions will be included on on the quiz. But again, it's just that all of those will be jumbled, and the remaining will be I don't think, I'm not still sure kasi hindi ko pa nagagawa yung exam if it's gonna be a true or false pa rin or just multiple choices still. But then again, it will all be, excuse me, it will all be about lessons 4, 5, and 6. Then next is on week 16, on week 16, uh it's gonna be just the question and answer part of your final project. It means that the video presentation and the technical report, the paper itself, will be submitted on Friday. So I'll be the one watching it para on week 16, I will just be asking questions about your uh, research project. And then, again, like what I have discussed on the video, you need to specify really what is the energy requirement of that specific location, because that is really needed. And most of those that did not, or most of the groups that tried to send to have their papers checked, yun yung comment ko, almost all. Kasi I did not see any energy supply and demand of that specific location. Why is it, or why was it installed there? Wala namang data. So again, that's the very basis of your research dapat. And then week 17 is gonna be your finals exam. So yun, ayusin nyo lang yung presentation nyo. Just do good on your quiz, then yun. Yun lang. And yun, basta deadline again is until Friday, end of day. Yun. So I think that's it na for today. So do you have any concerns, questions, clarifications?
Malinaw naman po, sir.
Wala? Sige, if wala, if you do have any questions, just let me know. And if wala pa sa ngayon ulit, so pa-open cam muna. Then class lab ulit, let me know once done na.
Okay na po.
Sige, I think that's it. See you next week. Study all